Well, good evening, folks. My name is Rod Willis. Formal introductions will happen at 1900, but we thought we'll take the opportunity of warming up for those that can join us a little bit earlier to go through a little exercise. The exercise is designed to work for people who are online now, but also those who are joining us. And it's really a bit of a prep for what we're going to be doing in the main talk, but it doesn't matter if people haven't been able to participate. So don't fret if you've got other colleagues who aren't online yet. What I'm going to do in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to read out 10 statements. And if you look at the text here, people are free to engage or not. Say the formal paper presentation kicks off at 7 o'clock. No one's going to miss out because we engage, as I mentioned already, in this same mechanism later on. But what I'd like people to do is to bring to mind a group that you know well. So a group in a business setting probably would be the most helpful. And I'm going to go through 10 statements. And if you could listen to these statements as I read them out, the screen won't change, it will just be me reading out the statements themselves. And what I'd invite you to do is to score each statement and record that score on a piece of paper. Hoping you have a piece of paper, if not, good time for your phone. And record the score for each statement. Now the score will range from between 1 to 10. And the definition of when you'd score a 1 is when I read the statement out, if you think that statement doesn't agree at all with that statement for the group you're thinking of, then you'd score a 1. If it does agree very well, you'd score a 10. Or you can score anywhere in between. So basically a scale of 1 to 10. So we're going to ask talk about 10 things, 10 statements. You think of your group and you score 1 to 10 on each statement. For ease of reference, we've just got A, B, C, D through to H. And what we're going to do is explore each of these areas. And those of you who are observant will notice there's 8 items, not 10. I got that bit wrong, sorry about that. Okay, let's go for number 1. We've got 52 people who are already online. So if you just joined online, please get pen and paper, bring a group to mind. When a group member expresses a different view or position, his or her reasoning is explored in an open and inquiring way, i.e., I wonder why they have that view. If you think of that statement and that group, how well does that statement align to the group you're thinking of? If it aligns very well, please score a 10. Not at all, you disagree, a 1, or anywhere in between. And I'm actually going to go quiet now for about a minute, and then we're going to do a repeat. So I will put my timer on, and in 60 seconds I'll come back. But think about that group quite deeply. I'll just repeat the question here. When a group member expresses a different view or position, his or her reasoning is explored in an open and inquiring way, i.e., I wonder why they have that view. And I'll give you a 10-second warning when we're getting up to the minute. Okay, 10 seconds to go. Okay, moving on to the next item. So we're going to B now. The label there is collective. Bring to mind the same group. Members of the group are keen to hear the views of others, even those issues that may be seen elsewhere as undiscussable, such as the elephant in the room. Members of the group are keen to hear the views of others, even those issues that may be seen elsewhere as undiscussables, such as the elephant in the room. Again, if that's the reality you see, you could score a 10. If it's not, you'd score a 1. is the group able to discuss the elephant in the room? Start the 1 minute timer. Okay, 10 seconds to go. Moving on to the third item, that's C, which is ask at the bottom down here. I commonly hear members of the group testing their own assumptions and inferences as well as those of others. I commonly hear members of the group testing their own assumptions and inferences as well as those of others. Again, score 1 to 10. Kick off the 1 minute timer. If you just joined, please read the text below the white bar and feel free to participate. It's okay if you're coming in partway through. Okay, 10 seconds to go. We're now exploring collaborate. And again, for those who've just joined, we've had a jump in numbers. It doesn't matter that you're coming in partway through. If you want to participate, please just follow along and I'll repeat what we're doing. So under collaborate, D, bring into mind the group that you want to consider and reflect upon. Collaborate. It is common that members of the group explore and design different approaches jointly rather than individually. It is common that members of the group explore and design different approaches jointly rather than individually. So if that represents the group you're thinking of, you would score towards a 10. If it's not, a 1, somewhere in between. Starting the timer. Okay, I'm going to only go for 50 seconds this time and we'll start to speed up getting towards the end. Okay, we'll finish in 10 seconds. We're now moving to open. Members of the group around here are happy to share relevant information, not keeping it private. Members of the group around here are happy to share relevant information, not keeping it private. We'll go for 50 seconds and the score 10 if that is a characteristic of the group you're thinking of, and a 1 if it isn't, or anywhere in between. Okay, 10 seconds to go. Okay, we can now move to trust. So the statement is, there is quite a high level of trust across the group. there is quite a high level of trust across the group. So if the group you're thinking of, if that's a true statement, you would score a 10. If it's not true, you'd score a 1, or again, anywhere in between. This time we're going to go down to 40 seconds. Ten seconds to go. Okay, the last two. We're now at G, understand. It is rare to encounter misunderstandings, unproductive conflict, and defensiveness in the group. It is rare to encounter misunderstandings, unproductive conflict, and defensiveness in the group. Go for 50 seconds. Again, if you just joined, don't worry that we're doing a little activity here and we'll be repeating something similar during the presentation as well. Okay, 10 seconds to go. And we'll look at the last one, enhanced work-life quality. Again, thinking of that group that you're reflecting upon. Over time, I have seen the quality of work-life improve. Over time, I have seen the quality of work-life improve. If that's a true statement for your group, that would be a 10. If it's not, it's a 1, or anywhere in between. We'll only go for 30 seconds now, which will put us dead on time for the main talk. Okay, 10 seconds to go. Thank you very much for participating in that little experiment. I'll explain as we go through the presentation what we're doing, and you'll be able to use that. What might be interesting is just create an average score. So add up all your scores that you've got, even if you don't have the full 8, and just create an average, and we'll explain how we can use that. Ian, I'd like to hand over to you.